Your toddler's hand comes out of nowhere. Before you've had a single conscious thought, your face goes hot, your chest tightens, and you're already reacting. Maybe you snapped, maybe you froze, maybe you said all the right things and still felt underneath it like you have no idea if you're doing it right. If you have a toddler between ages 1 and 5 who hits you, this video is for you. Why toddlers hit is one of the most misunderstood questions in early parenting. Not because the behavior is especially complicated, but because the instincts that it triggers in us are working against us. Because every time you respond to a hit with one of the first 4 reactions that I'm about to describe, you may be accidentally teaching your toddler that hitting is a very effective tool. The longer that pattern runs, the harder it becomes to interrupt. I work with families navigating this in my practice every day, and what I consistently see is that parents aren't doing the wrong things because they don't care. They're doing them because they feel like it's the only option in the moment. By the end of this video, you'll know what's actually happening in your toddler's brain, and I'll give you the one response that works best. So let's run through all 5 responses. And as I name the first 4, I want you to notice which one sounds like you, or like the version of you who gets hit when you're already exhausted and running on nothing. Because this isn't about judgment, it's about pattern recognition. Once you see which one you reach for, you can start to shift it. And the 5th one, that's the one that we're building towards. So stay with me. Response 1 is the sharp reaction. This is the involuntary, "Ow, no, we do not hit," delivered at a volume that surprises even you. If you've ever felt your toddler hitting you trigger something almost primal, you're not alone. Most parents land here first. You thought that this is clear, immediate, and firm. Toddlers need strong signals. But what's actually happening, your toddler just got the most intense, immediate response that they've ever seen from you. Bright eyes, raised voice, full attention. And in a toddler's nervous system, intense and good are not yet fully separated, so that spike of parental energy, it registers as stimulating, rewarding even. Research in operant conditioning is clear. Behavior that produces a strong response gets repeated. You weren't wrong to react, you were just accidentally running the wrong program. You don't want your child to learn that. Response 2 is the lecture. "It's not kind to hurt people. Hitting really hurts. How would you feel if I hit you? We use our words. Let's practice it together." So this is a great response for older kids. But when you're talking about toddlers, what you're thinking is, I'm teaching empathy, I'm being patient and educational. But here's the developmental reality. A toddler's prefrontal cortex, that part responsible for reasoning and empathy and understanding consequences, is barely online. And Piaget's research on the sensorimotor stage confirms that toddlers under age 2 learn almost entirely through immediate physical cause and effect, not through words, explanations, or delayed reasoning. Toddler aggression is not a reasoning problem, it's a developmental one. So a 30-second lecture delivered to a 2-year-old is roughly the equivalent of explaining compound interest to somebody mid-sneeze. They cannot process. And the sustained attention that you're giving them while lecturing, that's actually reinforcing too. Here's the part most parenting resources skip entirely, and it changes everything about why your toddler keeps hitting, so stay with me. Response 3 is the ignore. You've read something about extinction. You know that attention reinforces behavior, so you deliberately turn away, refuse to react, and stonewall the hit entirely. You thought no reaction means no reward. This should extinguish it. The problem is that extinction, ignoring a behavior completely, produces something called an extinction burst first. So before the behavior disappears, it gets worse. Harder hits, more frequency, more desperation. If you don't know to expect that, you'll interpret the escalation as proof that the ignoring isn't working, and you'll abandon it at exactly the wrong moment. And it leaves the child with zero information about what to do instead. Now, response 4 is the overcorrection. This is the one that I hear about often in my practice. Parents who've tried it and felt it was working, you stay calm, you get down to their level, you say softly, "I love you, we don't hit, you can show me gentle hands, right?" You model it, you guide their hand, and then you give them a big hug. Now you thought, connection before correction. I'm doing this right. But here's the issue. For a toddler who hit because they wanted your proximity, your warmth, your full attention, you just delivered all three immediately in response to the hit. It may appear to work in the moment, but you just designed the most effective reinforcement schedule possible. The hitting will come back, probably soon. I want to pause here because I know how this can feel, like you've been doing everything wrong. You haven't. Every single one of these 4 responses comes from a place of caring. You were trying to teach, connect, correct, or stay calm. And that's not failure. That's parenting under pressure without a roadmap. Inside my free workshop, I walk through the full 5 C's parenting framework, including exactly how to build that consistency that makes this stick over time. You can register at drlindsay.emerson.com/workshop, and I'll link to it below. Now, the 5th response is the roadmap. Before I give you response 5, I want to tell you exactly what's happening in your toddler's brain because it changes how this whole thing feels. Your toddler is not hitting because they are aggressive. They are hitting because they have a behavior problem. And they're not hitting because you're doing it wrong. They're hitting because they're in what Piaget called the sensorimotor stage, a period running from roughly birth to age 2, where learning happens almost entirely through immediate physical experience and cause and effect. Language is incomplete. Emotional vocabulary doesn't exist yet. And when a feeling gets too big for their regulatory capacity, frustration, overstimulation, a blocked goal, a desperate need for connection, the body responds before the brain catches up. So if your child is 3 or 4 and still hitting, the sensory motor window has closed, but the hitting pattern was already reinforced before the brain could learn a different response. That's not a character flaw, it's an entrenched habit that needs to be actively replaced. Response 5 works for that too. The hit is not defiance, it's communication, inarticulate, poorly timed, completely unacceptable communication, but it's communication. Once you understand that, what comes next makes a lot more sense. Response 5 is the calm, clear, and caring response. This is the one that works. Calm, clear, and caring is a communication guideline in my 5 C's parenting framework, and it works with the sensory motor stage, not against it. It doesn't require your toddler to understand why. It doesn't require them to have the vocabulary that they don't yet have. It gives the body something to do instead. In that moment, after they hit you, you want one calm, clear, concise response that sets the limit, names the feeling, and offers a physical outlet, all at once. We do not hit, that hurts mommy. You're frustrated, you may squeeze my hand or stomp your feet if that helps you feel better. Short, calm, once. If they hit again, you move to a direct choice with a real consequence. You can stop hitting, or I will put you down. Or if you're not holding them, we can keep playing together if you stop hitting, or I will move over to the couch. 2 options, both calm, both enforceable, and this is the critical part. You follow through every time, because consistency is what teaches, not just the words themselves. So here's what you can expect when you start using response 5. The first time, it will feel unnatural, too slow, too calm, like it couldn't possibly be working. That's normal. Your toddler may actually escalate briefly before they settle, especially if the sharp reaction or the overcorrection has been the pattern. By days 3 to 5, the peak intensity of the hitting moment gets shorter. By week 2, many parents tell me that the frequency drops. Within a month, they're often reporting that their toddler is starting to reach for choices before the hit lands at all. So they're thinking through those options. Okay, I can squeeze, I can stomp, I have other options. The most common thing I hear at this point, but I've been doing this wrong for months. Is it too late? Have I made it worse? No, and I want to be direct about that. Toddlers are not keeping score. They're not storing up grievances about your past responses. They are operating entirely in the present moment, which means every single interaction is a fresh opportunity to teach something different. You don't need to undo the past. You just need to start responding differently now. That's it. Drop a note in the comments below if your toddler is going through a hitting phase right now. I read every single one, and it helps me to reach more parents who need it. Now, here's what I want to leave you with. Picture this. 6 months from now, your toddler's frustrated. Something didn't go their way, and you see it building. You brace yourself, and then they stop. They look at you, and they hold out their hand, not because you were perfect, because over dozens of imperfect, exhausting, try again moments, you showed them that there was another way to get what they wanted. You feel it before you name it, a quiet that wasn't there. We turned a corner. That's what happens when you stop reacting to the behavior and start responding to the child underneath it. The hitting phase ends. What you build during it stays. You've got this. If today's video gave you something useful, I'd love to help you go deeper. I have a free on-demand workshop where I walk through all 5 of the C's in the parenting framework, a complete system for parenting challenges that you may be facing. Register at drlindsayEmerson.com/workshop, and I'll link to it below. And I'm working on a follow-up video on what to do when your toddler hits another child, because that situation brings a completely different layer of pressure. I'll link to it right here as soon as it's ready. Keep up the good work on your amazing parenting journey.